Hello and welcome to week 4 in Psych Seminar, where we are going to be talking about the fact that we all share only 24 hours. And wow, what a situation I found myself in where I had difficulty getting this stuff done as I ran into some conflicts myself over this last weekend. Had some medical situations going on that have led to me being a little bit behind, but here I am. Very serendipitous that I can talk about my failing in managing my time and tasks as we were talking about this particular week. So in the coursebook, I go into the concept of time management as I engage in time management. And one of the, a couple of the things that I hope you get out of that is, one, when we are usually taught time management, we are said that we have a task to do. We block off an amount of time that we want to be able to do that task in on our calendar, and we commit to doing that task during that time. Now, that presumes that we know how long it's going to take to do that task, and it presumes that we're not going to run into any specific time crunches in that, some difficulties finding resources or some barriers to getting it done in that particular time. And then if you've scheduled all of your time and made all these commitments, if you actually don't get it done during that period of time, it's extremely stressful because all the rest of your time is already made up. I think this is particularly common when we're trying to fit school into an already busy life. And we'll say, okay, I have my evenings, or I'm going to get up early in the morning. But what happens when something comes along and it wrecks that? So many, many years ago, I came up with this notion of time and task management that attaches, yes, those blocks of time when I want to get things done. But I also use a prioritized list of things that need to get done to fill those blocks. So I create all the blocks in which things need to get done. I leave them empty, or maybe they're opportunistic. Something will cancel and I suddenly have an hour and a half of time that is now unscheduled. I'm ready to go with my to-do list when those opportunities come up. I'm not 100%, no way. Sometimes I'm tired, sometimes I take a nap, whatever. But I take those periods of time when I set them all aside. I don't label them yet. What I do have is a to-do list, and I organize that to-do list in terms of most important to least important. So I do the most important thing until it's done. And then I do the second most important thing until it's done. And then, I deal with, prioritization, because sometimes there are two things that need to get done. I totally get that. But it allows me to focus on one thing at a time. I take large projects, divide it into different steps, and I can work on one step and then go to a secondary item, work on the next step. Now, in addition to that, I use a sequencing, and this is for me personally, I use a sequencing of to-do lists based on high cognitive load and low cognitive load, and I switch between these two lists. This gives me the breaks that I need when I'm doing my work so I can sort of recharge my batteries. So let's just say the most important thing I need to get done today is recording these videos. So I have a set of videos I need to record for this week's classes. I need to get that done. Now, that's on my work to-do list. On my non-work to-do list, I have to start this week's laundry. Now, that seems a low priority task compared to getting these videos done, but I need clean clothes. So I will work on these videos, and then when that's done, I'll switch to the low cognitive task of doing the laundry. And then I'll switch back to another high cognitive task, which is going to be doing some grading. And then I'm going to switch back to laundry, which is switching it over to the dryer. And you see how I'm going back and forth between high cognitive tasks in the order that I have them and low cognitive tasks. So my master to-do list is interspaced with high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low. And when there's a space that it's my workspace, task space to get things done, that's the order that I do them in. Now, there are times that I have to put aside low cognitive tasks because I got a lot of things to do. There are times that I have to put low cognitive tasks up front because, I have to go register my car. That has to happen. That sort of thing gets a high priority even above some high cognitive task loads. So what I'm asking you to do this week, the discussion focuses on successes and failures that you've had with your own time management. Now, if you have your own time management thing and it's working, don't change it. Talk about how it's worked for you. Talk about, how you can make it better. Those kinds of things. That's the nature of this week's discussions. The next thing is I want you to create a to-do list and a sample week of free time. And those would be just empty spots in your schedule to when you can address that list. That is an example of you using my method. You don't have to do it. You don't have to engage it. You don't have to. I just want you to be able to understand that idea of making a prioritized list of high cognitive load tasks and a prioritized list of low cognitive tasks, and then a master list of them interspersed with each other as if you were doing my method. And then a 1 week calendar that shows where your open spots are to do that kind of work. Okay, so I'd like to see you do that. That's the assignment. In addition, this week starts our adventure into our special assignment with Steven Pinker. So we are reading, or we will have read the first 3 chapters of that book. And the discussion is to kind of look at some of the basic concepts here of the scientific revolution, human reasoning, the presence of anti-enlightenment type ideas that are out there, and that sort of, I won't call it a culture war, but certainly a battle going on between thinking things reasonably and scientifically and sort of knee-jerk reactions to rumors and fake news and stuff like that. So let's get into that discussion this week and start enjoying that adventure into Enlightenment Now by Steven Pinker. So really excited to see how you folks think and feel about this particular part of the class. So that's it for this week. I will see you in the discussion boards. Have a great week. Take care, and I will see you later.